Are you senior enough to be a leader at your organization? Well, the answer to that is definitely yes, and I'm going to tell you why. You are a leader as much as anybody. This is Productivity Ace. Let's get it done. You may be familiar with the work of the excellent Simon Sinek. Well, in this video, he describes how rank is not an important factor in leadership, or at least not one of the most important factors. Can you be a leader while developing your career? Can you be a leader in the early stages of career? Does being a senior person automatically make you a leader? In this video, I'll take a look at some of the statements that Simon Sinek makes and analyse how they apply to my own 20-year career of people management and corporate experience. So check his video out, the link's in the description. Leading is going first. Sinek remarks that by going first, you're automatically showing leadership qualities. I'd partially agree with that. Leaders do indeed need to take fast and decisive action, making decisions quickly and showing belief in the direction that they choose for their people and their organisations. But going first isn't automatically the right thing to do. Any dynamic and fast decision should be based on sound analysis and expertise, not guesswork or going first for the sake of it. I've worked with people that are regularly the first ones to take a leap, but often their decision making is poor and they've only achieved the result of making things worse or taking us in the wrong direction. So whilst I'd agree that it's important to act decisively and quickly, true leaders demonstrate that not only do they make fast decisions, but more often than not, they make the right decision. Leading is looking after people to the left of us and to the right of us. Sinek states that it doesn't matter what your rank is in an organisation. You could be a graduate intern in your first days of your career, but if you're taking the time to look after the people to your left and to your right, then you're automatically displaying leadership. Absolutely, that's most certainly true. It doesn't make the person a good leader though, and it certainly doesn't make them the complete article, but the awareness of others and the willingness to act and help people is most certainly an attribute you find in many leaders. I've seen this quality in people just starting out in their careers, and I always look for it when I'm bringing new people into my team because it's a key indicator that that person has got the potential to be a leader. And conversely, I've seen an absence of this quality in many people at very senior positions in organisations who would like to call themselves leaders, but ultimately don't demonstrate many of the fundamental leadership qualities needed. Leadership is a team sport. Sinek remarks that in leadership, things will and do go wrong. The journey is bumpy and rarely smooth. Some people will not share the same opinions and mission as the leader, and as such it's important to have backup and support from others as you progress through your leadership journey. This point is backed up by my own experiences. I've seen leaders at all levels have absolutely the right intentions, motivations, desires, as well as showing great experience and expertise in the way they want to progress, but they've ultimately been ineffective due to obstructions and objections from other people. They've failed because they tried to do it all themselves. Especially in big companies where work can get political, it's vital for leaders to build up support of other leaders who are willing to commit and work together to help progress that shared vision. There are many obstructions and roadblocks that a leader will face as they try and affect change in their organisations. But if they've got a set of skilled and capable allies that have, then the chances of success are much, much greater. This is why leadership can feel so daunting to those with little experience in their careers. They may be exhibiting the characteristics of a leader, but making that change stick or take off to positively affect an organisation's culture can be really difficult if they have no like-minded people to help them overcome those obstacles and defeat the resistance. Sinek also recommends that leaders or change makers try to get a leadership buddy to work alongside. This is a really good idea and something that I've recommended to many people many times. Regardless of the scale of the project or the initiative that you're trying to progress, if you can get somebody else to partner, then the chances of success become so much greater. Not just in terms of actually doing the work, but also in terms of motivation, drive, energy and resilience. Our network is our strength, and our achievements always feel so much more meaningful when they're achieved as part of a team or a partnership. Leadership has got nothing to do with rank. Interesting one this, and the challenge is all to do with effectiveness. It's 100% true that you don't have to be a senior person to be a leader, and that being senior doesn't automatically make you a leader. This is a common mistake that I see in organisations. Super senior people that really think that they are empowering and empathetic leaders, when what they are in reality is the embodiment of a dictatorial or authoritarian manager getting their results by using their authority and influence and not any real leadership skills. So that part I support. Where I disagree with Sinek is the seniority and rank can be the deciding factor as to whether leaders actually get the opportunity to demonstrate their leadership skills, to change the culture and the mission. A managing director is going to have a lot more opportunities than a graduate intern to get in front of the people that can make change happen. So while rank isn't everything, it's certainly important for allowing the mission of a leader to be realised and show those positive and tangible results that can be used to enhance an organisation culture. Do you want more information? Well, sign up to this newsletter. We've got loads of access to our leadership courses, our ebooks and more resources, as well as all the latest happenings on the Productivity Ace channel. Links in the description. And if you want to discuss your own career challenges direct with me, let's get on the phone, book a career clinic session. I've already spoken to plenty of people and helped them with their challenges. It's amazing how many of your problems I've already dealt with in my own career. It's risky to be a leader. Yes, it certainly is. The more inexperienced would look at leaders and leadership as an overwhelming positive experience and with much to be gained. And that's true. It certainly is. However, as Sinek points out, there's also risk in being a leader. Leading and making change happen involves breaking out of your comfort zone and significantly involves breaking others out of their comfort zones as well. And those people might not want to change and they might not want to be challenged. Every leader has to stick their head above the barriers and risk taking the incoming fire from those who either don't want to support or don't have the ability and mindset to be able to support a mission. And some of that fire won't be friendly at all, quite the opposite. Some organisations are too insular in their culture, too afraid to take risks, too averse to change, and the appearance of somebody who's prepared to move the needle significantly can seriously rub people up the wrong way, even if that person is intelligent in the way they go about things. Sometimes it can be too much of a risk to be a change maker. So with every leadership mission comes risk. Risk of failure and risk that you won't achieve what you're trying to accomplish. Risk that what you're trying to accomplish might be too much for others to comprehend or get on board with. So yes, being a leader is a risky business, but it's certainly worth the risk because the benefits are off the scale. Give your manager a safe space. Now, I love this tip. I totally agree with Simon Sinek on this. It's also not one that many people do, or at least in my experience. Leaders spend so much time looking after other people, they often don't look after themselves. And leaders and managers go through all the same challenges in and out of work that we all do. Really good leaders have no hesitation or awkwardness in making their own management and people aware that they're there for them, to support them, to help them succeed, and also to listen and empathise with the challenge that they have. Maybe your manager or leader is having issues outside work and doesn't have anybody to talk to. That level of empathy from you to your own management upwards is the sign of a true people person. All leaders will go through their own tough times. And if you, as a team member, can recognise this and offer them help, then you'll be showing fantastic emotional intelligence as well as being a true team player. So if you're lucky enough to be in a senior position, then always remember it's your job to provide that culture where people on the ground feel inspired, empowered and trusted. That you've created a safe space for people to fail, for people to innovate. And then when they come up with the ideas that transform your business, it's your job to ensure they get listened to and get the resources they need. I love the advice and observations that Simon Sinek has on leadership and people management. Why don't you check this video out as well? It's got some of his best advice. So if you like this video, I'm certain you'll love that one as well. Hey, what's the risk?